a special teamer. He's not a running back, a wide receiver, a defensive back, a linebacker. He's a quarterback. His mentality, what he's been taught, is of someone who's thrown the football his entire football life. It's what he does. It's what he knows. If you want him to be a tight end, they should have played some in Florida in university, not as a pro. You can't switch him now as a pro quarterback. He is a pro QB, end of story, and he always will be. Is he as big as a linebacker? Yes, he is. Is he as fast as a running back or a receiver? Yes, he is. But is he a receiver? No. Is he a defensive back? No. He's a quarterback. So quit trying to convert him. Is his arm perfect? No, absolutely not. But why does the team tailor their playbook to his strengths, like the Broncos did when he was starting quarterback? Don't try and make Tebow play your game. If you bring in Team Tebow, you know what you're getting. If you make him a starter, you know what you're getting. Don't expect him to fit into your offense. It won't happen. Try and tailor it to adjust to him, because he's not a typical shotgun quarterback. He's not. He never will be. Don't try and pigeonhole him. Don't do it. Because you know what? You're going to be very disappointed when you try and make Tim Tebow a shotgun quarterback. And don't get mad at him when he gets sacked. Get mad at yourself, coaches. We're trying to make him play in an offense he can't understand, because he wasn't used to that. He wasn't in that offense. He wasn't a traditional quarterback. Don't get mad at him for that. I would like to see him go to Montreal and the Alouettes, and they go to CFL rights. I would love to see him develop under Anthony Calvillo. You never know. 3 to 4 years from now, he could be dominating the CFL when his arm gets better. Because right now, with the arm strength, his arm strength isn't great. Yes, he will get picked off in the CFL right now. If he develops the arm, and I see sports fan in the chat, that'd be interesting, bringing him into the Eskimos. That'd be funny. Right now, Tim Tebow needs to develop. And he will in the CFL under Anthony Calvillo. Because Jim Pop has put the offer out there. Come to Montreal, you'll be a backup, you'll compete for a backup's job. But he would learn a lot playing in the CFL. I'm playing for Montreal, playing under Dan Hawkins' offense. I think that'd be really good for him to learn. I never know. Maybe he goes back to the NFL. But I say it once again. The hate for Tebow, to me, is baffling. Why do you not like the dude? Is he cocky? No. Is he arrogant? No. Is he rude? No. So why do you dislike him? I think it's more jealousy. I think it's more envy of anything else. Tebow is the ideal athlete. He's what a guy should be. Polite, courteous, passionate about his sport. No, he's a Christian. I'm a Christian. But you know what? If Doug Flutie can develop at that age, if Doug Flutie can turn his career around and get back to the NFL in his 30s, why not? Why not Tim Tebow? I think he has time. 25 is still young. No matter what sport. I think 25 is still young in any sport to develop. Tim Tebow could play in the NFL into his mid-30s. He's still incredibly young. A lot of time for him to grow still. Like I said, I don't get why people hate the fact he's a Christian or say he's too in your face. Is he that in your face? Really? He's not. I want to see him develop, because he could rewrite the record books. He could change the way we see a quarterback, I believe, if things do pan out. And if they don't, well, at least they tried with him. At least he tried. Because if Tim Tebow would retire right now, you know what? Say, for example, Tim say, you know what? I'm done football. Tim Tebow's life is still great. He could be a motivational speaker. He could do a lot of things with his life if he decides to walk away from football. He could do a lot of great things. He can make a good analyst, for all we know. Because he does seem very articulate in how he talks. You know, I want to see him develop. And hey, why not? If he says, I don't want to go to the CFL, why not the Jacksonville Jaguars? They've been hurting for a very, very long time. And the Jaguars ownership, I think they're now seeing that their fans want him in. Because originally, the Jaguars were saying, no Tebow, no. But Jaguar fans keep on saying, yes, get Tebow. Bring him in. Bring him in. Bring him in. And now the Jaguars have kind of done a 180. They're now saying, they had a statement. They're talking and saying, well, our fans really want Tim Tebow. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're a team that needs to listen to the fans that they still have. Because the Jaguars are a bad football team in a bad football market. Their games always get blacked out because they can't sell out in Jacksonville. At the very least right now, listen to your fans. Listen to what they want. And they want Tim Tebow on a center for next year. So why not give him a shot? If Tim Tebow goes in next year and the Jaguars are a wild card team, if the Jaguars go 9-7, a lot of the critics are going to be eating a lot of crow if they are a playoff team in 2013 because he leads them in. There'll be a lot of fans thinking, wow, I cannot believe this. And so what if Tebow goes 12 for 31? End of the day, he still has the ability to throw for 3 touchdown passes. He's never going to be a pretty quarterback, but he will be a quarterback that will always work hard and will never quit until the final whistle. Isn't that what you want in any of your quarterbacks? Isn't that what you want in an athlete, period? Someone who never slacks off, someone who never says die. That's the mentality an athlete should have all the time. Too many guys say, you know what, forget it, and quit on plays and don't hustle. Tim Tebow has never stopped hustling, will never quit. His drive will never end. And think about this. The dude has the same amount of playoff wins as Tony Romo. What does that tell you? So why not, Jacksonville? Why not go out and go bring in Tim Tebow and give your fans something to cheer about for once? It's been quite some time since fans were jacked up and ready to watch some Jacksonville Jaguars football. I believe I'd be correct in my statement. Anyway, before we wrap things up, why don't we do let's see who wants to call in. Call Avry Sports Show, the webcast, livestream.com/Avry Sports, 714-627-9270, or hit me up on Twitter, Avry Sports Show. Hit me on Twitter at Avry, at AVRY, or email me at avery.lewismcdougall@gmail.com. Yes, it's correct. I did retire the old Avry, the old Fighting Pike 1 email. It's a new era in the Avry Sports Show world. A brand new day has come upon us. The birds are chirping, the elephants are dancing, the astronauts are flying over our heads in the land of Avry Sports Show. Anyway, let's wrap things up. Actually, I do want to mention, football. More football talk. The CFL draft took place on Monday afternoon. What is that? First of all, I love the CFL. We all know our big CFL supporting show. But why hold your draft on a Monday afternoon? Yes, they got over 700,000 people watching. But don't you want to maximize as many eyeballs as possible by holding your draft on a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday? Why on a Monday when the majority of Canada are in the offices or are in schools? You cannot get the most amount of fans watching on a Monday afternoon. No league holds their draft on a day where everybody's in work. Or why did it not happen on a Monday night? Why did it happen on Monday, as in during the day? Why did the draft not take place at, say, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, in prime time, when you can get people coming home and ready, dinner time hour? That, to me, was very strange and a very baffling decision. I mean, it's great to see the CFL draft is now on TV because considering, for years, you couldn't really find a CFL draft anywhere. The Simpsons made fun of it. The Simpsons, years ago, you saw Homer mad because he stuck watching the CFL draft and watching who the Argos were taking. I will say this, though. Great to see Ottawa now fully confirmed back in the CFL by taking part in the draft, although they're only drafting redshirt juniors and only took part in the first 4 rounds. Great to see Ottawa back in the draft. The Ottawa, well, we're assuming they're going to be called the Red Blacks. That's what we assume they're going to be called. The Ottawa Red Blacks. Oof. As my half smirk, half frown appears on screen. I mean, Really, we're gonna stick with Red Blacks as the name. Now, most of the names were kind of copies of other sports team names. I saw Ottawa Rush as a finalist. No, I don't want to see another Rush team in sports. We already have the Edmonton Rush in National Lacrosse League. I say keep that just one team in pro leagues. Although we do have a bunch of double names across the sports world. I saw Ottawa Beavers was one name that came through, didn't make it. The Rivermen, the Ottawa Rifles. There's some other names. Of course, people want Ottawa Rough Riders, but one of the big embargoes was that if Ottawa gets a team again, the Saskatchewan had full right to say, nope, Rough Riders, banned name. You can't use Rough Riders. I know a lot of folks want tradition. They want the Rough Riders name back in the league. But really, this is why a lot of people thought the CFL was a joke. Because we had two teams with the same name. The Rough Riders and the Rough Riders. See, I paused to separate team names as Ottawa had. I mean, there's so many names in the English language. And even in French. Could have given them a French name. That work. Do we really need a CFL with 9 teams and 8 names? Not really. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the fact the Ottawa Rough Riders have tremendous amount of history in the CFL. They were a great franchise. One of the oldest professional gridiron football teams in the world. But the Rough Riders name, I believe in that sense, has passed. The time is done for the Ottawa Rough Riders name. The new era has dawned upon it. On the new Ottawa franchise. But I cannot wait for 2014 to see the new Ottawa Red Blacks or whatever they decide to name this team. It'll be great to see Ottawa back in the CFL starting next season. Anyway, folks, this has been Avry Sports Show. We are done. We'll be back here next week. Chock full of more sports talk. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Thanks everybody in the chat room. Great stuff. See you guys next week. Peace.